have an update on the status of that man, Dak Prescott. And no, it is not a new contract for Dak. Dak is in the offseason. He doesn't have to be at training camp quite yet. So what he's going to do? He goes on vacation. Cabo, St. Lucas. What a wonderful time. Headed to some boat ride with his, wait a second. Look at his footwear. I love the casual sandal on his left foot, but that is a walking boot on his right foot. Craig, the spin on this from the Cowboys is no big deal, just regular maintenance. Is this a big nothing or a big deal?
It's not a story. I told you guys yesterday it wasn't a story. That doesn't mean he got MRI'd. And all you have to do is actually follow the people that cover the Dallas Cowboys for a living, who have a relationship with Dak, because Dak Prescott reached out personally to Clarence Hill, who covers and has covered the Cowboys for a long time. I think it's for the Fort Worth Telegram in Dallas. You can double check me on the paper, but I think that's who Clarence works for. And he's been a long time a reporter for the Dallas Cowboys. And Dak reached out to him because this thing went viral yesterday.
Of course.
And he goes, ever since I had the injury back in 2020, I wear the boot at times in the offseason for preventative maintenance. He also went on to say in this interview with Clarence Hill that the last time he went deep sea fishing, the ankle swelled up a little bit. So he wore that to prevent that from happening. Now, we can all poke holes in that if you want to, and you can claim that it's nonsense. My only beef would be this. If the ankle swells up when you go deep sea fishing, don't go deep sea fishing until you're retired. You'll have plenty of time to try to catch marlin and yellowtail fin, whatever the heck it is, tuna fish, later on in life. I don't know what the hell. I think it's tuna. I'm pretty sure it's tuna. I had a different experience in Cabo, which I'll share with you maybe.
Please don't. Please don't.
I'll just say this. Iggy Azalea and her boyfriend at the time, a very famous rapper, saved my life one night in Cabo, San Lucas. But that is another story for you're lying. Yeah, I was almost kidnapped. That's another story. Really? I swear. For another day. Look, it's not a good look if you're a Cowboy fan seeing your starting quarterback wearing a boot. I'm not going to minimize the fact that he had a boot on. I'm not even telling you I'm going to buy the story that I wore it because the last time I went deep sea fishing, my ankle blew up, because that seems a little crazy to me. But he did say, I'm great, the ankle's great. He participated in every single workout and practice the Cowboys have had all offseason. He has not been on an injury report. He has not had any issues at all. There's not a single video of him limping through practice or having a problem getting through practice. So while it is a story, and I'll acknowledge that the picture that equates to having to talk about it, I'll take Dak's word for it that his ankle is fine and he just shouldn't go deep sea fishing.
I mean, listen, it's 2 weeks before training camp. You got your franchise quarterback walking around in a walking boot and saying that it swells up doing deep sea fishing. I mean, listen, if you like to fish that much, then fish off a pier.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
Listen, it's not if it hurts when you're fishing, then just get off your feet and go somewhere and relax, get some treatment. But two weeks before training camp in a walking boot, I don't want to see my
I know no one wants to see it. My only thing about it is that I saw him at practice. Every practice this offseason, the mandatory minicamp, the OTAs, he was 100% full go, not limping, no problem at all. He did have major surgery 4 years ago, and maybe you guys have had surgeries. You, of course, a different type of surgery, but it just doesn't get better because you want it to be better. And sometimes there are residual and lingering effects of it. I will acknowledge it's a story. I'm not minimizing that it's not a story. But Dak Prescott at least reacted to it and spoke to a reporter and said, everybody relax, I'm great, the ankle's great, I just can't deep sea fish without swelling.
Yeah, no, to me, this is not a big concern at all. Obviously, he is going deep sea fishing, and that story does sound kind of crazy, but I've had multiple times in my career where I've had maintenance surgeries or something that's not that serious that everybody else will deem, oh my God.
Oh my God, what's going right?
Yeah, like I've had my knee scoped twice.
Right.
It's just more of, hey, we just want to get it cleaned out just to make sure things don't linger down the road.
Hey, but opening day of training camp, I don't want to see him sitting on a trailer.
Right.
Like your quarterback with an ice bag on and saying that.
Limping around, looking like the old man.
Saying that it was just maintenance, but
now here, I guess here's why this becomes a story. This becomes a story, A, because he's a franchise quarterback and he's wearing a boot 2 weeks before training camp starts for them. I think it's July 25th. They open up at their camp out in Oxnard, California. He doesn't have a contract. That's why this then becomes a story. And then the next step, like I'm sure the talk radio guys in Dallas and the columnists that cover the Dallas Cowboys are now, I guarantee it, having the conversation of, is this the reason why Jerry Jones won't commit, $60 million a year because his quarterback is not 100% healthy? Here's the reality. He's 4 years removed from the surgery, and since he came back from the injury, I don't think he's missed a single game. No. So the ankle's fine. It's been repaired. He looks great. The guy just shouldn't go deep sea fishing.
But it swells up when you go deep sea fishing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't swell up when you're playing football.
Exactly. Is deep sea fishing a contact sport? I've never done it.
Well, I've done it. It can be. A few things with deep sea fishing. Plax has got them. You've got as well. Number one, you can't wear shoes, right? And when you're on a boat, the shoes come off. First thing every boat captain tells you, take off your shoes and put them in the basket. Yeah. That's number one. Number two, if he's legitimately, some guys claim to be deep sea fishing. They're doing other things. Some guys are actually fishing, all right? And I can tell you, if you're actually fishing, that could be problematic for your ankle. The up and down, the moving around, you're barefoot, it's wet. You're fighting the big, that whole thing.
The big thing.
Yeah,
got to get you a sail.
That whole thing.
I thought you were just drinking beer sitting on a chair.
By the way, when you go deep sea fishing, the best part of it is when you get the fish. So, Plax, just do the whole thing with the rod and reel there for me. But I'm the fish, so ready? And when you get one of these, that's the best. That's the best part of the whole day.
How's your ankle?
My ankle's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you didn't have to move all that much. So, it is a story. Can't deny it's a story. But I do think it'll wind up being much ado about nothing. Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.